Africa with me, Esther Wilson. Police in South Africa are investigating the murder of a 29-year-old Malawian national during a march against illegal immigrants at the Jikajo informal settlement in Pietermaritzburg. Two other people were injured in the attack on Friday, led by an anti-immigrant group March and March. The protest reportedly turned violent after a woman claimed that her relative had been killed by Malawians. Hundreds of people from Malawi are camping in Pietermaritzburg following the attack in the city, which is the capital of KwaZulu-Natal province. Another group is sheltered in nearby Durban, awaiting repatriation as efforts to send them home continue. March and March has been increasingly vocal in recent months, coordinating mass protests and setting a 30th June deadline for all undocumented foreigners to leave the country. The ultimatum has no legal backing, but has already led thousands of people from other African nations, including Ghana, Nigeria, Malawi, and Mozambique, to flee. Tensions are escalating ahead of planned anti-illegal immigrants demonstrations across the country on the 30th. Law enforcement has ramped up its operational readiness across all 9 provinces, with plans in place to protect communities, critical infrastructures, and public spaces. The police minister has issued a warning to marchers, saying will not be tolerated and that no one is allowed to be armed during the protest. Kenya has signed a $1.2 billion deal with China Road and Bridge Corporation to expand Nairobi's Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, the country's transport minister said on Tuesday. Last week, Davis Chacha said Nairobi had appointed Africa's Trade and Development Bank and the Africa Finance Corporation to arrange financing for the project. That will nearly triple the airport's capacity to 22 million passengers a year. The plan includes a new passenger terminal and the rehabilitation of existing runways and aprons. In 2024, Kenya was forced to put the project on hold when it cancelled a deal with India's Adani Group when it's after U.S. bribery and fraud indictments against the founder, Gautam Adani. The resumption of the project comes as Nairobi's position as East Africa's leading aviation hub is under threat from Rwanda and Ethiopia, both of which are increasing investment in their own airports in an effort to bring in more airline and passengers. A doctor returning from the Democratic Republic of the Congo to France has been tested positive for Ebola, the French Health Ministry announced on Wednesday. It's the first case of the hemorrhagic fever ever detected in France, and the first confirmed case outside the African continent during the current outbreak. In 2024, during a major outbreak in West Africa, 2 patients were transported to France, but they had been diagnosed abroad. The Ministry of Health said the doctor had been isolated on arrival in France, even before the disease was officially identified. Prime Minister Sebastien Lecornu is monitoring the situation very closely, his office said. More than 1,000 cases of Ebola, including 267 deaths, have been identified in the DRC since the outbreak was announced in mid-May. Uganda has confirmed 20 cases and 2 deaths. The Bundibugyo strain of the virus that has caused the outbreak currently has no approved vaccine or treatment. Public health experts say the risk of the outbreak spreading worldwide is low due to the relatively low contagiousness of the Ebola virus. That's all we have time for on this News Around Africa by Magic TV, and I'm Esther Wilson.